What up? This is Luke, aka Luke for Prez, and after about 120 beat videos, I have finally made the decision to step in front of the camera and start doing different types of content here. This was not an easy decision, obviously. It was not a very quick decision. It required a lot of pushing by my friends and family to actually get in front of the camera. But it is what it is, man. Here we are. Here I go. Instead of just posting beat videos, I'm actually gonna make some content for the producer community and hopefully add some value. So what I wanna do is share some tips and tricks with you guys that I've used, that I've found to be extremely helpful when it comes to getting beat sales, building relationships with artists, and getting better with your craft, right? So what I kind of want to focus on, at least at first with these videos, is some actionable steps that you can take. There's a ton of YouTube tutorials out there on different mixing techniques, and that's great. I might dip into that kind of stuff here eventually, but for now, I actually come from a sales background, so I've been able to apply some of the things that I've learned in past jobs to my music and my beat selling business. And I've gotten some pretty good results so far. Obviously, it's still a huge mountain that I'm climbing here. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about, video topic number 1, is how to sell beats on SoundCloud. A lot of people might say that SoundCloud is dead, that its best days are behind it. Say what you will, there's a number of different opinions, but at the end of the day, I will show you how it's still a very, very viable source for beat sales and for cultivating relationships with upcoming artists, which I believe is the most important thing to do when you're first starting out in this game. I'm gonna basically give you a walkthrough, a step-by-step guide to my exact reach out process on SoundCloud when I'm on there looking to connect with artists. And my goal is to provide you guys with the most qualified leads possible. What do I mean by qualified? Well, basically, who is most likely to actually want to purchase a beat from you? This process that I'm going to show you will work regardless of whether you're a trap producer, boom bap, R&B, whatever the case may be. You'll be able to apply this to multiple genres. With all of that said, I'm gonna go ahead and flip my setup around here and hop on my computer and show you guys what's up. Okay, so I'm about to get into exactly how to get beat sales and make connections to the right kinds of people on SoundCloud. Here we go. My favorite way to do this is by starting at Beatstars.com. And if you don't know what Beatstars is, you've been living under a rock and you need to get your life together. It is the premier platform for producers to sell their beats, and it's also used by artists to find beats. So it's a beat marketplace. Fun fact, it's actually where Lil Nas X found the Old Town Road beat. So take that for what it is. But in any case, in order to do this, you don't have to be a member. But I highly recommend, if you're trying to sell beats online, that you go ahead and get yourself a BeatStars account. So step 1, you want to go over here to where it says genres. You want to click on hip hop, assuming you are a hip hop producer. If you're not, I'm not sure why you're watching this video. But in any case, it's going to take you to the top charts page, and it's automatically sorted by top selling. That's perfect. This is exactly what we need. As you can see, as you scroll down, you see who is selling the most on the entire platform. If you're not familiar with producers in the space, you're gonna wanna spend some time doing some research to figure out who is killing it the most in your particular niche. And the next step after that is to find people that fit that description on this top seller page. So for me, I'm a big trap guy. One person that I find my style to be similar to is a really successful and talented producer who's really killing it on YouTube, named Cormill, right? So that's the person that I'm going to target in this example, because I feel like his style and mine are pretty similar. So people who have purchased his beats might be more likely to be interested in mine. So what I'm gonna do is go over to SoundCloud, And if you haven't already, give your boy a follow, because Lord knows I need some juice there. Head to the search bar, type in Prod by Cormill, and I'm going to search for that. Now what's going to happen is it's going to pull up every single song posted that has Prod by Cormill or some variation of that, as you can see here, in the title. Obviously, there's over 500 tracks. Like I said, he's killing it. So we're going to want to narrow this down. So first of all, you're going to want to click on tracks. And then the cool thing with SoundCloud is you can sort by the past hour, past day, week, etc., etc. I like to focus on past month. That usually gives you enough tracks to work with. And that's going to pull up this. So as you can see, we got 67 tracks to work with that have been posted on SoundCloud, that have been produced by Cormill in the last month. So basically all you got to do is go down the list and listen to a little bit of each of these songs. Even if you're just starting out, I highly recommend being a little bit more selective with who you work with, and really just focus on people that you can see having a future in the music business. So it doesn't have to be somebody that's super famous. Like this first person has 13,000 plays. That's pretty good. Obviously, you're going to encounter people on both ends of the spectrum. You might be wasting your time if you hit somebody with like millions of plays. They're probably already signed to a label. They probably get hit up a million times a day. You're probably not going to connect with them. But at the same time, don't write off people that have 2 plays or, you know, whatever, like 18 plays like this guy. Nick Mira found Juice WRLD on SoundCloud when Juice WRLD had like 300 followers. So there are diamonds in the rough on this platform. You just got to do the legwork to find them. So what I'm going to do is find people that I think would be a good fit for my type of beats and go from there. So let's listen to this first one for a second. Okay, so that sounds good, but it definitely has more of an R&B feel, and that's not really my lane, so I'm going to move on here. See, that's much more my speed. So I'm going to go ahead and open that guy's profile in a new tab. Let's continue. Definitely. Shout out to Polar. You killing it, bro. That sounds good. It's like melodic, kind of like Lil Mosey. I definitely have some beats that are similar to that. That's a little bit more R&B, but you get the point. Like, I really don't spend too much time on each one. I go down the list. I open about 5 to 8 tabs at a time. I don't want to get too overwhelmed because then it gets annoying. And once I have that many, you go ahead and you go to their profile. And what you're going to want to do is take the time to listen to a few more of their tracks. Once you do that, you're going to have a better understanding of who they are as an artist, and you're going to make sure that they are indeed a good fit. Assuming that you like what you hear and you definitely think that there could be some collaboration between the two of you, go ahead and hit the little envelope icon, and that opens up the message tab, and you're going to want to write them a message. Now, the biggest mistake that people make is they just go ahead and spam everyone with a copy and paste message. You don't want to do that. You definitely want to personalize each individual message to these people, because people are really good at picking up on what is spam right away. So take the time to listen to the people's music and write some positive feedback right off the bat. I actually do have a template that I use, but I customize it for each message that I send. And I'll go ahead and pull up my template so you can see exactly what mine is. You don't have to copy it verbatim by any stretch. You can honestly probably come up with a better one. Mine is like very basic. I start off with a compliment about a particular track. So I say, hey bro, I randomly found your profile. I'm loving that questions track you posted. Your flow is crazy. Now, again, that's like pretty basic. I recommend being as detailed as possible with your feedback so they really know that you actually listen, you actually mess with their music, ultimately. From there, I have just a sentence introducing myself. I'm a producer from LA and I would love to work with you. That's it. You can keep it real basic. And then boom, I go right into the pitch. You have several options and it's totally up to you which direction you want to go in. You can hit them right off the bat with a sales pitch where you're telling them, hey, look, I'm doing a buy 2, get 1 free special on my beat store right now. And then you can go ahead and include some links to your beat store with beats that you think the person would be good for. That's something that I have done for quite a while, where I'll go to my website, I'll find 3 to 5 beats that I think the person would be great for, and I'll include the links to those directly in there. And then I say, let me know what you think. Either way, wish you continued success. Lately, I've actually been trying a different approach where I'm offering 5 free beats up front just to kind of get the ball rolling, and then I have a link to where they can go to download. From there is just saying, peace out, here's my name, my IG, and that's it. Again, it's gonna be up to you whether you wanna just hit them right off the bat with a sales pitch, or if you want to take the slower approach and offer them free beats to begin. I'll be honest, I have had success going straight for the sale on the first message. Having said that, I have definitely seen better results by offering something free up front. Even if it's just 1 beat you could start with if you're uncomfortable giving out, several. But the goal with this first message, in my opinion, more importantly than getting the sale right off the bat, which again is possible, but what's more important to me is building a relationship with a potential artist that you can grow with. That should really be your goal even before you start selling beats. If you don't believe me, I actually found a clip of Scott Storch talking about this exact concept. So I'm gonna go ahead and let him spit some wisdom on you guys real quick, and I'll be right back.
If you're a real producer and you wanna be a leader, find an artist, develop the artist, and be their partner all the way through it. If you're gonna help build this thing, you should eat off of every piece of the pie. If you're attaching yourself to this artist, you give them a fair deal and you help build it, you deserve that.
So there you have it. That's one of the most successful hip hop producers of all time. It might be a good idea to start with a free offer, build that rapport initially, get the person to record on some of your material, and then you can come back and say, hey, I'm doing a 2-for-1 special on my site, or hey, here's a pack of beats that I'll give you for a discount, whatever the case may be. Then at that point, once you build rapport, you are much more likely to get a sale than if you're just to come in hot, trying to close them from the jump. So spend some time doing this stuff. I feel like a lot of producers really neglect the marketing aspect of things, and they're leaving a lot of money and opportunities on the table by doing so. So this is my favorite way of getting leads from SoundCloud. The reason why is because when somebody takes the time to write Prod by Cormil in the title, they've usually purchased a lease. So those are, in my opinion, the best qualified people possible. People who are familiar with the beat selling ecosystem that we've built because they've already purchased licenses online. That is the money zone. Those are the people that you want to target. They have a proven track record of purchasing leases from producers online. So you might be somewhat limited. Not all of these producers have a strong presence on SoundCloud. Like, I'm just gonna pick a random one, like Don Camillo, I'm not familiar with. Let me see how many he has posted on SoundCloud in the last month. So 34, so still a decent amount in the last month, but some of these you might see they only have like 5 or 6 in the last month. For whatever reason, I guess their fan bases just don't gravitate towards SoundCloud as much. If you run into that problem, I'll show you my second favorite way of doing this, and you simply go to YouTube. And now you just got to think about what artists you feel would sound best on your beats. Who is your dream placement? For me, it's Future. That, like, my life will reach its pinnacle when I get that Future placement. That's what everything I do is working towards, right? So if I'm doing this, I'll go here and I'll type in Future type beat, right? The people that come up first are killing the YouTube algorithm game. This is extremely difficult. Future is an extremely competitive keyword. So the fact that these people are ranking on the first page right from the jump, that means they're killing it. They're probably getting a ton of sales. They're probably getting a ton of views. And as you can see, like this first guy, Ace Banks, he's got almost 500,000 views on his Future type beat. So this is another beautiful resource where you can find producers with big followings who probably get tons of sales that you could type into SoundCloud. So let's try Ace Banks. Let's see what he's got going on. Ace Banks, into the search. Boom. In the last month alone, 165 tracks that have been produced by Ace Banks have been posted to SoundCloud. You have endless leads to reach out to. That's basically my strategy when it comes to SoundCloud reach out and getting people that are super qualified. They've purchased a beat from a producer who has a similar style to you, and therefore they're much more likely to be receptive to that initial reach out, and you can go on in there, make the sale, make the connection, build that relationship, find your niche, find producers that are killing it within that niche, find the people that are already interacting with those producers and target those people. And there you have it. That is how to get more sales and build more relationships using SoundCloud. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you can take action now and utilize these steps that I just showed you to start leveling up your producer career. I guess I gotta do that little YouTube thing that everybody does where they're like and subscribe. Go ahead and do that. I promise it's not just about the vanity metrics with me. Apparently likes and comments are extremely important for the YouTube algorithm, so the more that I get, the more likely my stuff is to proliferate across the interwebs. So do me a favor and leave a comment down below. I'm really interested to get some feedback, primarily just on this first video, and also if you guys want to see any other videos, I'm definitely open to hearing some suggestions in terms of what videos I should do next, what topics you guys want me to cover, because, you know, I still have no idea what I'm doing here. Basically. Yeah, once again, I'm Luke for Prez. Hope you got some value here, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.
I love how you hold me down, but keep me up, though. You catch a flight just to come and say what's up, though.